I've just picked my dream car up. Entirely sure how clear this is going to be and how well you can see me, but I've just picked my dream car up and it's genuinely very hard to process. Like, this moment is very hard to process. Me being able to get inside it, me being able to drive it, me being able to feel how it is on the road, me being able to just kind of have it within my possession. It's definitely like a really weird feeling, and it is struggling to like sink in, but I've never been in a position where I've been more grateful for something in my whole entire life. And this is not me being, I don't really know how to describe it. I don't want to just come on here and be like, right, yeah, this is me, I've just bought my dream car and you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. Like, I'm not going to come on here and say that. I'm not coming here to brag about having this car. I'm not coming on here to pretty much show that I've got this, show that I've got that. Like, that is not the purpose of this video. That's not the purpose of me showing you this. Of course, I'm always going to be transparent. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I want to take you on my journey, and that is most definitely something that I've always wanted to do since the very start. So that goes all the way back to my very first YouTube videos, especially whenever you see me in my little Fiesta. That was literally the start. That was where we worked from, and that was where I always had goals. I always had major things that I wanted to work towards, and especially whenever I kind of started moving up the way in terms of bigger cars, what you could say, I then had the major big dream of a Range Rover SVR, and to be able to officially own one and be able to be in a position where I've worked and worked and worked and worked and worked to be able to then earn that spot to be able to buy myself one, it is a surreal feeling, but it's not came easy. I'm not coming on here to say that it's been the easiest journey on the planet. You guys know how much graft that has went into just my journey alone, and that's not just from the business kind of side of things, but that is throughout the bodybuilding side of things. You guys know how passionate I am throughout bodybuilding, so what it takes, what I've been able to achieve at such a young age as well. Again, like I've said, it's never going to be easy, and to be able to get into a position to afford something like this car is most definitely not easy. And I've never been brought up with an attitude of everything is just kind of handed to me. I've had to work for absolutely everything that I own, and I've had to work for absolutely everything that I'm going to own in the future, and that's just came from the mindset of always wanting to work harder and always wanting to work harder. Like, I have now got this in my possession, this is now mine. However, I'm still going to work harder. This is going to push me to work harder, and that's definitely something that I always want you guys to be able to take from my channel alone, is never settle for something unless you're really happy, because a lot of people start settling for things that maybe make other people happy, and they become very complacent with it, and it doesn't really give them that kind of urge to push forward and want more, and especially want more for themselves. And that's definitely something that I've kind of grew up and been able to get out of, that kind of space where people are very complacent. People don't really want the best for you. People don't really have that much self-belief. There's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of doubt out with everything. There's a lot of kind of complacency and where you just become satisfied with something because, yeah, it makes somebody else happy, but does it make you happy at the end of the day? It absolutely does not. And we have to take on board as well, life is very short, and I was even in a position where life flashed in front of my eyes, and I'm not going to delve into that right now, but again, you guys know exactly what happened, and that kind of gave me that little bit of extra kind of like spark within me to really take on board that life is too short, and you have to take on board that if you don't act now and make yourself happy and do things for yourself, and like I've said to you, like, take things on board that your happiness means absolutely everything over making other people happy first, if you don't take that on board straight away and you don't act, it's going to be too late, and you need to remember that. But I'm not going to ramble on too much more, guys. I'm just wanting to kind of bring this video towards everybody and just kind of showcase the fact that when you do work, you can achieve, but you need to be willing to graft, you need to be willing to work for a long period of time. Like, this has not just came overnight, this has been years and years and years and years and years and years of work. And we need to remember that, and that's going to continue. And like I've said already, this is only going to make me want to work harder and harder and harder. And that's why I've always went by the motto of work harder, because you always can, regardless of how much money you earn, how successful you become within a sport, how happy you become. You can always work harder to achieve that little bit more. Just never become complacent, because honestly, complacency is the dream killer. It always will be, it always has been, and it's never gonna stop. So of course, guys, that is really all I'm going to ramble on right now about. I don't, of course, know what's going to happen for the rest of this video. I do have shoulders to train today. I have literally just stopped in at services right now because I need some food. So of course, guys, whatever does happen, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. If you do enjoy it, then of course, as always, please do not forget to drop the video a like for me. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, because again, we are growing, guys, and the support from you is why things like this can happen. I'm never going to be able to express how much I do appreciate you guys' support, because it is phenomenal, and I can only very much thank you. But like I said, guys, I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of this video, so without further ado, I'm going into the services to get some food. I'm going in for probably the longest pee on the planet, and I'll catch up with you all in the next clip. Update on the situation for me going to get food. I peed for about 10 minutes straight, picked up 2 Quaker to go, porridge to go, oat bars. So in 2 of these, which is usually 1 box, which is what I would normally consume, is around 80 grams carbohydrates. The easiest 80 grams carbohydrates you will ever take in your life, and actually very macro friendly. I also picked up Get More Vits, B vitamins, still apple and raspberry water, which says it only contains 5 calories per bottle. So I mean, I guess that's a win-win situation. As you can hear, I am breathing out my arse because I had to run because it is literally pelting down with rain. Apart from that, guys, I picked up these. I'm absolutely starving. I'll catch up with you when we get home. Quick pre-workout meal going in here, guys. So we have got our Warburton's Big Boy Bagels. So of course this contains around 45 grams carbohydrates per bagel, which is actually relatively good. Now I believe the New York bagels contain a little bit more carbs, but I prefer these because they're already sliced, they taste better, they toast better, and goes so much better with this barbecue chicken. So we've got 200 grams between these both, so of course 100 grams of barbecue cooked chicken already, and of course the bagels. So it will contain around potentially 40 to 50 grams of protein, and of course the carbohydrate side of things, we're just shy of 100 for this meal. So this will go in pre-workout. I'll leave it maybe around 45 minutes to an hour, get my supplements ready, and then it'll be time to hit shoulders, because I'll be more than ready.
This is Tower Hill.
seen this machine lots, but I've never ever used it. And I must admit, like, for it being a more so chest supported kind of mid back row, feels incredible. Literally feels probably the nicest chest supported row I've ever used in my whole entire life. So smooth as well, which I think makes things so much easier. Yeah, we'll definitely need to do a good 2 or 3 sets on here. This is the first time in I don't know how long I've not deadlifted with a Texas deadlift bar, and obviously, again, it's not the most ideal thing on the planet. It's not the most optimal thing for my kind of run on a Texas deadlift bar right now. I kind of came in, I was a bit kind of skeptical to begin. However, I think just because brand new place, it's a lot smaller than Ultra, there's a lot of people in. It was just getting used to that, and we're in like a tiny kind of corner deadlifting, so it was a little bit different to begin. We're pretty much at the end of the session, deadlifting, again, not used to it. That's also something that if you're going to another gym, don't go in with any expectations. I have literally not one single expectation in today's deadlift kind of setup. Realistically speaking, stiff bar, lots of different plates. I'm absolutely not used to it, and again, that's why I've got no expectations, because if I came in and was like, right, I'm going for 300 today, and 180 kilograms felt hard, that would be me, my head would go. So, realistically speaking, we stay away from expectations. We come in, we take what's there, and we get out. So far, I've had a good session. I'm going to do 220 next. That'll dictate what I do for my working set. One working set should be enough today because we're doing it at the end of our back session. And yeah, that'll pretty much be it. So we'll see how 220 feels, and we'll take it from there. That's literally the determining factor of a different environment, different atmosphere, different plates, different bars, different everything. Obviously bearing in mind we're training a lot earlier today, not just having deadlifts at the back end of the session, training a lot earlier, on a lot less food. There's so many circumstances that could have caused deadlifts not to go the way that they have been going. So for example, last week I pulled 300 for a triple, today 260 for a very hard triple. And that's why also deadlifts are very unpredictable as well. Don't get me wrong, you can kind of only bring the unpredictable scenario in whenever you're using the exact same equipment and everything's the exact same for you. However, today, the biggest thing that I want you guys to be able to take from this is do not be setting expectations on yourself whenever you're training out somewhere else, especially when everything is totally different. If you're training in a place where everything's pretty much the same, then yeah, you can maybe get away with it. However, today, no expectations were set. We came in, we finished off the session on deadlifts, took a 260 triple, very sore, very hard, very stiff, very everything. However, not dwelling on it, it's what it is. Back to my normal deadlifts next week on a Texas deadlift bar. And yeah, that's pretty much us. So this is just going to wrap this video up here, guys, because I don't want it to be too long. Like I've said, I'm going to try and keep my videos between 12, 15, 20 minutes, keep them as low as possible, but involve as much value, entertainment, and just include as much of my journey in it as possible. So of course, we're always repping. Every time this video goes up, Gasp and Better Bodies sale might still be on, might not be. I will obviously include it in the description if it is still on, but if it is, then Kevin 15 obviously. It supports me a lot if you guys use my code. A lot of support has been taken pretty much almost immediately. I've only been working with Gasp and Better Bodies for around 2 weeks now, and you guys have went absolutely mental for the code, so it's very much appreciated. But apart from that, guys, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next video.